Hey guys, welcome to Tyson's Fitness Tips Podcast. If you want to lose weight, increase your energy, improve your health and fitness, and look your best, then you have come to the right place. My name is Tyson Brown. I'm a personal trainer, and my job is to help you transform your body by sharing with you the most up-to-date information on health and fitness. I'm going to distill it all down for you into bite-sized actionable steps that you can take immediately to see results quickly. Now, every Tuesday and Thursday, you can expect a brand new episode, which will be a mixture of interviews with top experts from around the world in the fitness space, and as well as solo episodes from myself, sharing with you exactly what action steps you need to take to transform your health, your body, and your life.
And that means you are going to get information from all different areas in regards to mindset, nutrition, fitness, things you wouldn't even think that are associated with your health and fitness, but are going to blow your mind. So let's get into the episode. Hey, before we get into the episode, I just want to let you know my brand new book, Ditch the Diet, has just come out and I'm giving away a couple of free copies. So if you want to go into the draw to win a free copy, all you have to do is share this podcast on your Instagram. All you have to do is click the share button, go to Instagram, put it in your stories, and then tag at Tyson the Trainer, and you'll go in the running. All winners will get the free copy of my book sent straight to your door, and I'm telling you, this book will be a game changer. So that's, once again, all you have to do is make sure that you take a screenshot, you share this, and you tag me on Instagram, and you will go into the running. All right, let's get into the episode. Recently is doing an Instagram question every single day and then posting it to IGTV, posting it to the podcast. But I thought, you know what, today is going to be a really good option for me to do an Facebook Live because it's been a long time. So I thought, you know what, the question today actually came to me through an Instagram story, and it's how do you get started with a diet? Like, how do you get started? And it was a funny question because, like, for me, it was like a simple answer in my head. But a lot of people, a lot of guys, like a lot of busy guys are like, man, I see all this stuff online. I see all this information about, like, you know, you should try this diet, you should try this diet. Or, like, I've been thinking about doing it, but how do I just get started? Like, if you're in that situation, man, and you just don't know what to do, I'm going to explain to you exactly what you need to do. So the first thing you need to do is you need to forget about what everybody else has told you. Cutting out carbs because they're bad for you. Eating fats are bad for you. You've got to eat a certain amount of meals a day. All of that stuff is bullshit. Throw that stuff away right now, because I'm going to tell you the tried and true method that's works for me and works for other people that's still going to allow you to have the food you love while still being able to lose fat. Okay? So first of all, we're going to start off with a simple bit of math. Now the reason I'm going to start off with math is because why do we want to start off with math? I was going to say it's just because it's the most simplest way, but it's not really the simplest. But it gives you an explanation about what you need to know, okay? Because we all burn different amount of calories during the day. And, you know, you might be heavier than me, you might be lighter than me, you might have more body fat than me, you might have less body fat than me. You might be a female, you might be a male. I'm specifically talking to busy guys at the moment, but you get the point. So the reason we're going to start off with math is because once we know the math as to how many calories we need to eat, we can then determine how to fit those calories, right? So if you think about your body weight, okay, so if you get your body weight in kilos, which means if you're in pounds, you divide it by 2.2. So if you're 70 kilos, you then multiply that, your body weight, by 30. That's going to give you your daily burn rate of what it is to just be alive in the moment. So let's say you're 70 kilos. On average, you need about 2,100 calories a day, okay? That's to maintain the weight you're at. So if you're 80 kilos, it's 2,400 calories a day. If you're 90 kilos, it's 2,700 calories a day. If you're 100 kilos, it's 3,000 calories a day. You need to maintain your body weight. So whatever you weigh at the moment, that's basically what it's going to be. Some people it's going to be more calories, some people it's going to be less calories, but this is just a starting point for you guys who just don't know what to do. So once you know that, the next thing you need to do is you need to figure out how much you need to lose weight. And a simple way to do that is to take away 10%. So 10% of 2100 calories is 210 calories, okay? So if you take 210 from 2100, that leaves you with 1890 calories. Let's just say 1900 calories to be safe, right? So 1900 calories you need to be eating every single day to lose weight. Every single day. You track your food, which is the next best thing. But when you know those numbers, when you get a rough estimate about how many calories you need to be eating, it then puts you in the ballpark to know where you need to go. Now, like I said, some people are going to need to eat more, some people are going to need to eat less, but when you have that ballpark number, when you kind of just know where you're going to start from, it's a really, really easy way to start moving on from there on. So, let's say you need 1900 calories to lose weight. Okay, cool. We know that. Now what, Tyson? Like, what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to track my calories? Yes, you are. You're supposed to track your calories and your macronutrients. So, a simple way to do that is to download MyFitnessPal. Now, when you download MyFitnessPal, you're going to be able to put in every single thing that you eat on a daily basis. Because if you live in America, or if you live in Australia, or if you live in the UK, wherever you are, the food that you buy is going to be in that app. You can scan the barcode, you can type in the type of brand, you can do all those things, and it's going to tell you exactly what that food is made up of. How many carbs, how many proteins, how many fats, how many calories that food contains. And what you're going to do from then on, for the next 2 weeks, you're just going to start tracking your food every single day. And you're going to focus on being in that calorie deficit. And on the way, you're going to be surprised. Because guess what? A lot of those foods that you're eating are going to be extremely high in calories. And you're probably going to be like, holy shit, I did not even realize this. So this is a really good awareness factor to start with. So I haven't told you to cut anything out yet. I haven't told you to stop eating carbs. I haven't told you to do any of that stuff. I've told you to start tracking your food, because awareness is the key. And when you start to become aware and you start to track your food, then you're able to make conscious changes, all right? So start tracking your food first of all. Start making sure you're hitting that calorie deficit. Now, when you start to realize you're hitting a calorie deficit and you start to track your food, that's when you become more aware of protein, carbohydrates, fats, and all those other things. But this is going to be outside of the scope of what we're focusing on today. Because remember, we're just looking at how to start a diet. And the best way to start it is to just completely start tracking, start getting into the nitty-gritty, making small decision bases, getting an idea about how much you're eating during the day before you do anything else. Because the last thing you want to do, I'm just trying to get this adjusted. The last thing you want to do is that you want to start trying to cut out all the foods out, especially if you're not used to this before. Because look, I know you want to look good with your shirt off. I know you want to fucking look ripped tomorrow. I get it. Everyone wants to look great right now. But here's the reality. You're going to have to put in some work and some time before you start seeing results. So you've got to put in those little grunt work first, and you've got to start tracking your food. You've got to start having a look at what you're eating on a daily basis. You've got to know you're in that calorie deficit. So then, after the first few weeks, you know you're in the calorie deficit, you know you've been losing weight, and then you focus on your protein, your carbohydrates, and your fats, okay? So how much protein do you need? Well, it's pretty simple. Get your body weight, again, in kilos, and multiply it by 2. If you're 80 kilos, that's 160 grams of protein a day. If you're 100 kilos, that's 200 grams of protein a day. Now, a lot of people are like, wow, that's a lot of protein. And hell yeah, it is, and that's for a couple of reasons. Number one, protein is going to keep you fuller for longer, all right? So this is going to help you avoid all those other foods. When you have carbohydrate-rich foods, when you have fatty-rich foods, and you actually get an idea about what your foods are made up of when you're tracking them, you're going to realize that certain foods are going to make you feel a certain way. They're going to make you still be hungry after a meal, and you're going to be like, what the hell's going on? And you're going to realize that you are low in protein. So when you start to make a conscious decision about eating more chicken during the day, eating more tuna, eating more eggs, drinking more milk, eating more steak, making conscious decisions about eating more protein, you know what's going to happen? You're going to start losing weight because you're going to be feeling fuller after your meal. You're not going to be craving as much. And the biggest thing is you're going to notice is that when you're gaining more muscle mass because you're having more protein and you're losing more fat because you're more satiated, you're going to look better too. So make sure you get a lot of protein in. So it's 1 gram per pound of body weight, or 2 grams per kilogram of body weight. Now, what about carbs and fats? What about, like, where do they come from? Doesn't matter. Get whatever you want from your carbs and your fats. For me, I like having an even ratio of carbs to fats. For you, you might like your carbs more. You might like bread, pasta, rice, all of those things. So then you're going to have higher amount of carbohydrates. For your fats, you might like having avocados, nuts, chocolate, high-fat dairy, things like that, so you're going to want to have more fats. But at the end of the day, as long as your protein is high enough, it doesn't matter whichever one you choose between the carbs and the fats, because as long as you're in a calorie deficit and you're keeping your protein high, that's going to be the most important thing, okay? Don't get caught up whatever, I'm telling you, don't get caught up what everyone else is saying. People are telling you keto is the best way. People are telling you carnivore diet's the best way. People are telling you that no, you can have all your carbs, you don't need fats. It doesn't fucking matter. Just have what's going to suit you best. Everyone's going to be different. There are going to be some foods that are going to send you crazy. There are going to be some food and make you want to eat everything. There are going to be some foods that you're just like, you know what, this feels really good. I like this. It makes me feel full. Like it could be chicken breast with sweet potato. Or you could be someone who likes having half an avocado with some cottage cheese. Doesn't matter what it is. Find those foods that are going to satiate you, but you got to make sure first you're hitting that protein target, all right? So that's going to be the best way you get started with the diet. First of all, you start tracking. First of all, you figure out you need your calorie deficit. So body weight in kilos multiplied by 30. Then you take that from 10%, okay? So if you're 70 kilos, 2100 calories is what you need for maintenance. You take away 10%, that's 1900 calories you're going to need. 1890, yes, okay, 1900 calories you're going to need to lose weight. You then start to track your food. You start to weigh it out. You start to measure it. And you know you don't have to obsess with it for the rest of your life, but you do have to measure and track your food. Buy a fucking food scaler first, because I bet you probably don't know what 100 grams of chicken breast look like. I didn't know what 100 grams of chicken breast looked like. I severely underestimated what I thought 100 grams of chicken breast look like. So you need to get that in your head and you need to start tracking so you become aware of how much you're actually eating. So you track with MyFitnessPal, you're weighing things on a scale, you're seeing that you're in a calorie deficit. Are you eating 1900 calories a day? Be honest with yourself. Everything you sip, everything you lick, everything you snack on, you've got to track it in MyFitnessPal. And then after the first couple of weeks, you then start to track your macronutrients. You start to track your protein, your carbohydrates, and your fats. And that's how you get started with your diet. That's not how you're going to do it for the rest of the time. That's how you get started. Because all this analysis of like, do I eat carbs? Do I not eat carbs? Do I do 3 meals a day? Do I do 6 meals a day? Don't worry about that shit first. Start with the very basic stuff. The more you get caught up in your head, the more you're trying to figure out all this stuff, the harder it gets, the more likely you aren't going to do anything, man. Because I've been where you are before. It's paralysis by analysis and you don't want to do anything, but you're still in this painful spot where you've got this belly fat, you want to lose it, you want to look good with your shirt off, but you don't know the best action to take because you've got all these fighting sources out there. So put your trust in me and I can guarantee you that you will start to see results. And if you don't, well, guess what? This advice is free. I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm trying to sell you in the best way possible to be able to lose the fat, okay? So I promise you that if you follow this, if you put yourself in a calorie deficit, if you focus on eating high amounts of protein, all the rest will slowly fall into place at the start of your diet. We can look at meal timing. We can look at macronutrient breakdowns more. We can look at making sure that you're getting rid of the trigger foods, all those other things. Yes, they can come down the line. They can come at the end of the month. They can come at the end of month 2 or whatever it's going to be. But if you aren't tracking your food first, if you don't know you're in a calorie deficit, then there is absolutely no point in you obsessing in anything else, because your goal at the moment is that you need to just take that first step. It's not like you need to think about, you're thinking about all those other things, but it's stopping you from actually taking the first step. And that first step is getting in a calorie deficit and getting it sorted from there. Cool? That's pretty much all I wanted to cover today. There's not much more to it. That's how you get started. Don't keep thinking about it. Don't keep getting lost. Follow exactly what I said. Write down your weight in kilos. Write it down by 30. Take away 10%. Okay, that's how many calories you're going to need. Go to your iPhone. You're going to open up MyFitnessPal and you're going to start tracking your food after you download it. You're going to go to Kmart. You're going to go to Target. You're going to go to Woolworths. You're going to go to anywhere on the way home and you're going to buy yourself a food scale so you can measure and weigh your food. Then all you're going to do for the next 2 weeks is focus on being on that calorie deficit, track all of your food. Focus on being in the calorie deficit, track all your food. Then after that, you start looking at your protein. Are you eating enough protein during the day? Are you getting 2 times your body weight in kilos every single day? Are you getting 150 to 200 grams of protein a day? Then the rest is whatever you want. Carbs or fats, whatever's going to fill you up, whatever's going to help you avoid food cravings, okay? Then from there, then we can start working on actually tailoring your diet. But if you just focus on that for the first month, I promise you, you could probably lose at least a good 8 pounds doing that. Yeah, 8 pounds, 4 kilos. You could lose a kilo a week doing that if you're pretty overweight and you need some fat to lose. So that's it. Hope it was helpful. If you have any other questions, comment down below. I'll be popping in tomorrow. Speak to you next time.
Hey guys, thanks so much for listening to the episode. I really appreciate it. Now, before you go, can you please do me one favor and go to the iTunes review and leave me a 5-star rating? That way it's going to help me reach more people with their health and fitness. And if you do that, whoever leaves a 5-star rating, I'll give you a free copy of my digital book. So all you have to do is just go get a 5-star, screenshot it, send it to me via Instagram at Tyson the Trainer, and you'll get a free copy of my digital book. Thank you so much, and I'll speak to you next time.